Peace on the streets. You gotta listen to Peace on the Streets.
Good evening, everybody. Welcome to Peace on the Streets radio show with your host, Prince of the Sun.
And your girl, Mimi.
What's happening, Mimi?
Listen, I love the background music.
You like that?
You just want to get in.
Yeah.
Is this Das Effects guys or Boom Shakalaka? Black Sheep.
That's who it is.
That's who it is. You guys wear diapers when Black Sheep came out.
Yeah, a lot of people don't know about that, but they was riding back
That's
in the day.
hip hop, man. That's when lyrics was everything in hip hop.
Right.
Just saying.
And the lyrics has left the building. I know. I can get grandmama to do whatever they doing. It's crazy now.
It is. It's sad though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The art has been taken away.
And but isn't hip hop supposed to be lyrical?
Yeah.
Is it that a lyricist, which
Right.
leads to hip hop?
Yeah.
So
It's out the building.
Prince Ed is gone.
It's gone. I'm
Oh
telling you.
man.
Yeah, I'm telling
Who killed
you.
it? What generations killed it? This is the generations after us. They say they plead the fifth.
We got a full house tonight,
Yeah.
y'all. Thank you, Orlando. We appreciate you all for tuning in and being a part of Peace on the Streets. And all our followers, we thank you all for tuning in. And Ashante and the whole crew with WOKB, we thank you for allowing us to do what we do right here on Peace on the Streets.
Yes.
And we have a special guest in
We
today.
do.
Yeah. It ain't every day that we have a special guest in. So we do have.
May I introduce her?
Yes, you may.
We have Monique Worrell, Chief Legal Officer. We form Alliance in the building.
Shut your mouth.
Make changes.
Yes, that's what we need.
Yes, absolutely.
So how you doing, Miss Monique?
I am well, thank you.
Thank you for tuning. Thank you for being here.
Thank you for having me.
So what's been going on, sister?
Monique, you're a very strong human being. The things that you have been doing is impressive, and we have been reading up on you.
Okay.
So I would love for her to release exactly what she does, what her field is, what her profession is.
Yeah.
It's insane, Monique. Please release.
All right. Well, thank you so much. Listen, I have been fighting for criminal justice in this community for 20 years. I am a graduate of University of Florida College of Law, and I started my career in Orlando as a public defender. I went on into private practice where I represented individuals who were accused of crimes. As a public defender, I represented those who could not afford to pay for an attorney.
Nice.
I went on to become a law professor at University of Florida College of Law. Go Gators.
Yes.
And I became the director of the Criminal Justice Center there, where I trained aspiring lawyers who wanted to practice criminal law. I left there and became the director of the Conviction Integrity Unit at the State Attorney's Office in Orlando, where I found the unit that investigated wrongful convictions. So individuals who had been wrongfully convicted of crimes could put in their applications, and my team would review those applications and investigate their cases to give them an opportunity to have their cases reviewed.
Wow.
I then was recruited by Jay-Z and Meek Mill's Reform Alliance
Insane.
to become their chief legal officer.
Wow.
Nice.
And for those of you who don't know, that organization is based on probation and parole reform, and it was birthed out of Meek Mill's probation case that technical violation landed him in prison for 2 years. So Meek Mill, Jay-Z, and a lot of other highly influential people got together and they formed the Reform Alliance.
Sweet.
And we know this, by the way.
Right.
This story, we have been actually reading and catching up on it for years, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, for years now. Late last year, Meek Mill's case was finally thrown out.
Wow.
And his probation was over. And he gets to move on with his life as a free man for the first time in like a decade.
Since he was a teenager or something.
That's how long he was locked up?
That's
Yeah.
not
Well,
locked up,
but on probation.
On probation.
There's a story behind that. You really have to go deep into it. It's so long.
Yeah.
I can't believe that it's possible.
Yeah.
And as him being an artist and just having that money, imagine us that don't have that money. were in the system forever.
Yeah.
And it was minor at that point. So, he was in trouble for a four-wheeler, a quad is what we call, and that's what got him back on, back in the system. Which
He violated.
is because of that, yeah.
Well, what it was is he popped a wheelie on a motorbike in New York, where I guess you're not allowed to do that, but where he came from in Pennsylvania, they did it all the time.
I didn't know you weren't allowed to.
Right, so it was a
illegal?
traffic violation,
God.
and they violated him on that, and he ended up being sentenced to 2 years in prison as a result of it. But we did a lot of work in Pennsylvania, specifically in Philadelphia. I had a client who was 23 years old, sentenced to 23 years of probation.
23 years of probation?
23 years old, sentenced to 23 years on probation.
So what happened? You violate that 23 years. You can, without probation, you can bag that up with 23 years jail time.
But
You
violation
can.
means
That's
like
right.
speeding
Exactly.
ticket?
Right. Any violation at all. And this was the
kind of
huge
hard.
problem in Pennsylvania, was that, these technical violations, and anywhere really, these technical violations can land someone in prison. And for those who don't know, a technical violation is a violation that anyone can do. Right. So if you or I come home after 10 o'clock, then we just come home after 10 o'clock. If someone on probation comes home after 10 o'clock and that's a violation of their curfew, that's a technical violation that could land them back in prison.
Wow.
OK, if you or I move, we don't have to let anyone know. If someone on probation moves and they don't let their probation officer know, that's a technical violation that can land them back in prison.
Right.
So these are the sort of things that we were seeing, not to mention the wheelie that Meek Mill popped on the bike that landed him in prison. So
Well, if you're in probation for so many years, I mean, eventually something may happen. You may get a speeding ticket. You may eat that red light. 20-something years, and that young man's is for his whole young life. He'll be on probation.
I mean, you can't do anything.
I never heard of such a thing. So basically, it's on the books. They're going to get paid for 23 years.
Yes. You guys keep it locked to Peace on the Streets. We got to get a song in, Miss Monique. And you guys keep it locked. Hey, you guys, we're going to find out what was your passion, what made you want to get into doing what you're doing to help represent the people.
And what do we have coming up with you too, Monique? We'll be back with Monique.
Right here on Peace on the Streets. Welcome back to Peace on the Streets radio show. That's a little Maxwell. Wow. Everybody like a little Maxwell. Maxwell be rolling, huh?
Where has he been?
I don't know, I heard he probably been to one of them festivals down in Miami.
Who knows?
Okay.
All the festivals have been closed and canceled, and it's just a whole new world right now.
Yeah, it is.
But I've heard that we right now are the virus has slowed down.
What about people staying at home? I'm sure people staying at home now. They got the antidote, I guess. Shit, I don't know what's going on.
Maybe.
Well, welcome back, you guys, to Peace on the Streets radio show. We do have a full lineup. We have Jennifer Young. She'll be in. Our financial planner, Rochelle Smith. We got to do sports. You do know Grok wound up leaving and going over to Tampa Bay. We got sports talk with Alexa.
Tampa Bay too?
Yeah.
Brady as well?
Yes.
What?
Yeah.
I know.
I'm trying to
I'm
help
gonna
them
have
win.
to go to Tampa Bay Buccaneers this year to the games. Yes. Awesome. Well, we have, as you guys know, Monique Worrell, Chief Legal Officer, Reform Alliance. She has made changes in our system, changes for individuals. It's huge because that's what Peace on the Streets is about. We're here to empower, embrace, to encourage, to really give others voices to
Right.
make a change.
Exactly.
And we appreciate WOKB for allowing us to do that.
Yes.
Monique, what do you got going on right now? The changes you are making are insane. God bless you in this journey.
Well, I am currently a candidate for state attorney in the 9th Judicial Circuit for Orange and Osceola County, Florida.
That is
All right,
huge.
congratulations.
Thank you. So that's really important because, listen, as a country, we incarcerate more people than anywhere in the world. But the state of Florida incarcerates people at a rate higher than the national average. Okay, so that means while the United States incarcerates more people than anywhere in the world, Florida incarcerates more people than that.
Wow.
Okay.
Wow.
So that's really serious because when you break that down and you look at the numbers, it's heavily minority based.
Whoa.
African Americans make up 16% of the population in the state of Florida, but 46% of the prison population. Latinos make up 23% of the population, but 14% of the prison population.
Wow.
So there's a wide
Wow.
disparity
Yeah,
in
it is.
sentencing. African American males are sent to prison at a rate of 5 to 1.
Wow.
Okay? So it's really important
That's
that we
huge.
discuss change in our criminal justice system. Incarceration does not equal safety.
Right.
Investment leads to safety. So we have to invest in our communities. We have to engage in outcome-based prosecution. And what I mean by outcome-based prosecution is we look at what is the root cause of why people are offending, and we deal with that cause. Because when we send people to prison, if they go in an addict, if they go in with mental illness, if they go in, poor, they come out exactly how they went in.
Right.
And they still come back to our societies, and that's where we get our recidivism from. And recidivism means that people commit crimes over and over again, right? So the way that we can stop them from doing that is if we look at what is going to happen as a result of this sentence. Is someone addicted to a substance? Then they need to be rehabilitated, not
them some help.
incarcerated, right?
Wow.
Yeah.
If is someone mentally ill, then they need to be treated,
Right.
not incarcerated, right? And this is how we build stronger, safer communities.
That's it. Especially with our youth.
Uh-huh.
Some of them are going to jail as adults.
Yeah.
Some of them are in
Well,
prison for
I want to get you on that because children cannot be adults. That is a legal fiction.
Okay.
So even though we call a child an adult for the purpose of prosecution,
Right.
that doesn't make it a fact. It doesn't make it true.
Not at all.
Children are children, and we should treat them like
Yes.
children. And I know someone right now is saying, but what about when they commit heinous crimes? It still doesn't make them an adult.
Yeah.
It makes them a child who did a terrible thing. And our job as a society is to help our children become productive adults and productive citizens.
Yes.
And incarcerating them isn't going to help them to do that. And those children are coming home too.
Yeah.
So
Yes,
if
they
we
are.
take a child and we turn them into a criminal, then we only have ourselves to blame when they come back into society as criminals when they are released.
Yes.
Because I would love to have something in place for them. They need jobs. A lot of them need jobs, and the community can work together, and how we can do it is that, okay, you take one, different companies, take someone that's coming out of jail, to try to teach them a trade. They need trades. So when they get out, if they've been selling drugs, guess what? They don't have any trades, no way to make any kind of money.
That's all they know.
And now we got all this stuff over our head. We got to pay back this and pay back that. Guess what they're going to do?
Go right back to jail,
it,
prison.
yes. Yeah.
And that's recidivism. That's recidivism.
That only makes sense. And us as the people already know this. We just don't have the money or the power or the respect.
Yeah.
And that's why us getting together and being with amazing individuals as yourself that can truly help us and hear us.
Our power is in the voting booth.
That's it, guys. Are you hearing this?
Our power is in the voting booth. The election for state attorney and several other local elections will take place on August the 18th. To be registered to vote in that election, the deadline is July the 20th. You have to register and you have to vote.
We have to write this down. July the 20th is the deadline to vote.
Uh-huh.
And we
Deadline to register.
deadline to
Register.
register. So can we vote for you?
I want you to vote for me. I highly encourage you to vote for
Yes,
me. I am
indeed.
the only candidate in this race who's offering a change in perspective.
Wow.
I'm the only candidate in this race who will be talking to you about the numbers of incarceration in our prison systems, the fact that we spend $2 billion incarcerating people, and less than 3% of that money goes towards programs to help people become better.
In less than 3%?
Less
Wow.
than 3%.
We could speak about this all night long on the air.
Yes.
We're going to have to bring you back.
Yes,
I will
indeed.
happily come back.
Yes, the
Several
time is
times.
going back so fast. But yeah, we would love to bring you back.
Yeah.
And we get deep into it, Even with the word felon, I feel like if you have done your time, you've paid your debt to society, don't label a person as a felon because you know what?
For the rest of their life.
I mean, it's hard to get a job. Now it's hard to get a place to live.
A place to live.
You know, it's
They can't go anywhere. Apartments will not grab them.
Right.
Housing will not. Rental, perhaps. Good luck. And where are they going to go?
And what does that produce?
back to
Back to
jail.
the streets.
It's called recidivism.
Recidivism.
Yeah, that was it.
Recidivism.
Thank you.
Recidivism.
This is awesome. Thank you so much for this insight. We want to hear so much more from you. And again, if you guys don't know, Monique Worrell is criminal and social justice reform activist, facilitating tough conversations that challenge attitudes and drive change. Thank you so much for being with us, Monique.
Thank you so
Ladies
much
and
for
gentlemen,
having
you can
me.
follow our page and you can find her work.
Uh-huh.
She'll be back with us on the air.
Yes.
This is so important to society. I want so many others to hear her.
And people need to look before they just go and vote. I mean, they don't even look at
There you
people's
go.
causes. You know, we just go vote because they may be a Democrat.
Or we just don't vote at all.
You know, we need to look and see change. Are we tired of doing the same old thing, expecting the same results?
Come
We'll
on.
not get it. So I love it when I seen your stuff. You're saying that, hey, change. You want to make a change, and we need that, especially in jail.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
Yes.
You can find more about my campaign at MoniqueForStateAttorney.com.
Ladies and gentlemen, Monique Worrell, we appreciate
Right
her.
here
Woo!
on Peace on the Street, y'all. Welcome back, family, to Peace on the Street radio show with your host, Prince of the South.
Your girl, me.
Oh, man, a little R. Kelly, huh?
If I'm not mistaken, did it R. Kelly get out of jail today?
No. He tried to get out of jail. They told him no, sir.
I read something in an article about something with in regards to
You would
to
not
jail.
be kissing on no little girls tonight. No, only thing you can.
I'm gonna find this article. This is fake news. That's the thing about social media and
Yeah.
online.
I-
Half of it is fake news.
Yeah, but I read the article on it, and no, he's not getting out of jail. He wanted to get out, but they said no. You know. So hold on, we do have Nurse V is in, you guys. Nurse V, how you doing?
I'm fine. How are you?
We're doing wonderful. Thank you for being a part of Peace on the Streets. Inform us on what is going on.
That's right.
Well, thank you for having me back on the show.
Absolutely, our pleasure, Nurse V. I know that you are the front line of what's going on with the coronavirus. Thank you so much, everyone, you and your colleagues, for assisting the community. We're grateful. We're so grateful for you guys. So what has been going on right now with the coronavirus? What are the updates? Are there any details?
Okay, the update is so far we have we reached the peak, and right now it's supposed to be flat. So there's still a lot of tests. There's still a lot of testing out there that has to be done. It's still not enough testing, so we're waiting patiently for more people to get tested, and there's more places are opening up to be tested. So right now, the state of Florida has over 28,309 patients that are positive.
Oh, that's a lot.
And then in Orange County, it's over
1,231.
1,031.
Yeah, it's kind of like we don't see it, but we
And
don't
then,
want to see it.
And we have in Florida has 893 deaths so far in Florida of the coronavirus. And it doesn't matter on the age anymore because it could go from teen to senior citizen. So at this moment, it's affecting a lot of ages. It's not just seniors. Seniors are because they're higher because their immune system is low. But it's affecting, it depends on, it doesn't matter on the age anymore at the time. But it is high risk. I'm more on senior, but it doesn't matter at the moment.
So it's still
And right now, all right, and right now in Central Florida, there's like over like certain hospitals in Central Florida, like the Regional Florida Hospital. It depends which hospital it is. There's some that still it's getting flattened because it's decreasing. It's not increasing, but you still have some in the ICU. And there's still some admitted that are positive, like 20 positive in like the Regional. And Florida, there's there's 100 patient positive, and it's like, it's overwhelmed still, but it's not as bad as New York, And I believe that was That was because Disney closed in Universal Studios.
Wow. And the beaches.
If
Well, we
they
lost our
would've-
mind
if
when they
they
closed the
would've-
beaches in
Oh,
Florida.
yes, they did.
These people are still at the beach.
They don't want to hear
If they
that.
would've stayed- yeah, if they would have stayed open, and we would have been like New York.
Wow. So I assume the school systems did great with that as well, with them shutting down the school.
Yeah.
All the babies
Yes.
there. That truly,
Yes.
and you know, school shut down for the full year, the rest of the year.
Right. That's just a couple of more months.
I mean, honestly, we already did it. Like, you only had a month or two left.
Yeah. I mean, when they said the whole year, people get scared.
Yeah, they thought of the whole year,
Yes.
right?
No, it ain't nothing but a month or two.
That's
you know,
it. We
so.
already more than half done in the
Right.
school system. So you say it's flatlined. What does that mean? I guess that means it went down. So are we allowed to be free, Nurse V? Can we leave? I know we have to wait for the president, but are we allowed to leave? Do you think that we still have to lay low a little bit, Nurse V?
Yes, you still
Got
have
it.
to. We're still on lockdown. There's still the hours. You have to be home by 11. It's extended now. It's not April 30th anymore. It's going to go further into May.
Got it.
The mayor hasn't decided when he should, let that go, because right now he wants everybody to still be safe and be cautious and wear your mask. And but for now, we're still in lockdown. There's still, there's a time you have to be home. A certain time you have to be home.
Go home.
And he's telling everybody to stay home, even people that are working to stay home, if they're able to stay home with their job.
Right.
So it's not over yet, and it's up to him to decide, if it's continued or not, when it'll be on lockdown. But he's absolutely right. There's so many people still not tested, and trying to be very cautious about the situation, because, even though it hits the flat line, you have to be careful because it could go right back
Yes,
up
it can.
high.
Yes. It could turn
So
around.
everybody has to be careful and just listen and stay home. Stay home and wear your mask wherever you go. Because now they're saying that like Publix and Walmart, they're saying people need to wear their mask going in the store now.
Yeah, you guys have to
They're-
protect
they're
the
forcing
employers.
Right.
Yeah, the thing is
They're
that
forcing it.
they don't have the equipment as well, mask and gloves, not as much, and so we have to protect
No.
them as much. as
Do
well.
we really want everybody walking in these stores and these banks with masks on?
Yes.
What?
I'm just saying for the robbing purposes of the
Oh.
world. Yeah, we able to put on ski masks.
No, Prince. Now, if you walk into go walk into a bank. Good luck. But they'll lock you in before you get through the second door. But I get what you're saying. That's
Yeah.
actually a great question.
Yeah, I mean,
but-
sometimes people are walking in with masks on.
I know
so,
we all are, but we still have to wear our mask, guys. So
Yes.
still, take care of each other. Still take care of our elderly. Let's keep this going, guys. If we stick together, we can make this possible.
That's
We're not
right.
stuck on lockdown or grounded
Forever.
for many more months. Nurse V, ladies and gentlemen, certified medical assisted by the county, master license in clinical counseling. Again, ladies and gentlemen, Nurse V.
Yeah,
Woo!
thank you, Nurse B. We appreciate you. Jennifer Young, you coming up next.
All right, take care. Bye-bye.
Peace on the streets, Nurse B. Usher, right here on Peace on the Streets, you guys. And it's called Superstar. I'll be your groupie, baby.
Hey.
Right here on Peace on the Streets, you guys. We have the one and the only Mrs. Angela. She's on the phone. How
Yeah, I
you
know
doing,
we
Miss
still in the
Angela?
building.
I want to say in the building. Miss Angela, are you there? Let me see.
We're so used to having people.
Miss
in the
Angela, are you there? Hold on, there she go. Are you here? Can you hear me?
Hello.
Miss
Yes.
Angela,
How are ya?
CEO, Miss International World and Miss Latina International. Miss Angela, thank you for being with us tonight.
Yes.
Hey, darling, how are you? Good to hear your voice there, Miss Mimi.
Thank you so much. I've heard great things are coming. The cruise is still in effect for us in July or June, is it?
Well, we've got some announcements. As a matter of fact, I'm going to be going on a webinar coming up next Tuesday with Bahama Cruise Line because, the CDC now has some different rules for the cruise lines, and they've actually stopped them from sailing. It was supposed to be 100 days, but I think it's less now.
Huh.
So, but we're going to be doing a contingency plan on really how to bring the cruise lines back. And one of my things is how to create a bigger and better show than what we've got.
Ooh.
Nice.
We can't wait. And you know, Peace on the Streets will be assisting. We are the media for Miss International World. It's such an honor. I can't wait to be a part of this again. I've done this before. I've interviewed over 50 women in this pageant.
Yeah, it's gonna be fabulous. And as a matter of fact, we are going to be coming out. I think what's really been keeping us going is Mimi, of course, your advertising,
Thank you.
and also the fact that we've been coming out in a lot of publications. Now we're going to come back out and into Modelo magazine. So what I'm going to do is, my guy Shallow, who's writing up some stories, I'll be sending the Peace on the Street logo. So that this way I can let them know that you are the official media partner. So I will, Mimi, what you're going to have to do is just send me a little write-up on Peace on the Street, and I'll make sure you get in there.
Absolutely. Miss Angela doesn't tell me twice. It'll
I
be
know
tonight.
that's right.
Amazing. Miss Angela does so much inspiring and just movement for women in the field. It's such an honor, like I said, to be a part of this. Not only are they beautiful women, they're highly intelligent, they're career goal-getters, they make things happen, and it's such an honor. And you will guys get to know them a lot more where we're a part of this journey. Miss Angela, what else do we have in store? We still have a casting call, correct? That's still in effect for online.
Yeah, I mean, you know, as I always say, people can find us anywhere online. You can find us on Facebook. People can find me under my name, Angela Basilico. They could find me Ms. MS International World, MS Latina International, and of course always on Instagram, Ms. International World.
That's it, ladies and gentlemen. This is a huge organization. You want to be a part of it. So many heavy hitters are a part of it because of what they do. The movement is impressive. So guys got to check out the work, check out Paige as well. There's an online casting, meaning they can actually if they want to participate, they have to go online and do a casting call.
Okay.
And all the information is on our page.
Right.
So don't worry, ladies and gentlemen. Check into this. You will not want to miss being a part of this.
Because all this going to go, this corona stuff going to pass, and we're going to be back selling soon.
That's it. We can't wait.
The mighty water of the Caribbeans.
Something I'm going to send you, which you should be part of, you know, the Global Trade Chamber. During this lockdown, they've been doing some live webinars, which have been absolutely fantastic. And it also said if you'd like to be part of our television webinar. So I'm going to send you the link to that because you might be able to get on there. They've been featuring like twice a week. They've been featuring different people.
Wow.
So you may be able to get on there and talk to people about inspire women or inspire people that in an economic turndown. You know, maybe they could be part of your radio station or how to get involved with media.
Amazing.
Or, you know, just definitely talk to people about, you know, how they can do things even in, you know, something like this. So
Exactly.
that'll give you some more added exposure.
Beautiful. And this is Global Trade Center?
Yeah, so I will definitely send you that email because
Perfect.
it's through the Global Trade Chamber. And, you know, you were a big part of that in Tampa there. You know, and hopefully that big events will still go on because they've got their event scheduled for September the 19th. And also something you might want to tune into because you've interviewed them before. On this Friday at 1 o'clock, Florida National News is going to interview Tito Puente Jr.
Okay.
And those are our friends at Florida National News. We met them.
Yes, I seen it.
They're doing beautiful work. We love being a part of this whole thing.
For sure.
Tito Puente Jr. is amazing. I actually had the honor to interview him as well on this cruise. More to come, ladies and gentlemen. Again, Miss Angela, CEO, Miss International World, and Miss Latina International.
Yeah, right here on Peace on the Street Radio Show.
You got it.
Thanks, Miss Angela. Always a pleasure.
Thank you, darling. Take care, honey. Bye-bye.
You too. Having fun in the studio, huh?
We're having a ball.
Welcome back, you all, to Peace on the Street Radio Show. What y'all know about a little Brian McKnight? This is what I'm talking about. We have our money transition coach. She's on the phone.
Woo.
Mrs. Rochelle Smith, the one and only. How you doing, Miss Smith?
Hey,
How you doing?
I'm doing wonderful. How you doing?
Well, you know, I'm not doing as well. I had an issue today.
What happened?
What happened?
Well, I was at Burger King. You know Burger King would not sell you a Whopper around 8:30, 9 o'clock
In the morning?
in the morning. And I have
It's
4
true.
people that will buy it.
It's true.
I mean,
It's breakfast.
You all are built on burgers. Y'all are built on burgers, right? You're built, and I told in the morning, yes. We working men, cause we really don't like the breakfast. Cause like with me, I get the Whopper on a Whopper Junior bun. I don't even do the big Whopper bun, cause it ain't nothing. You don't get them a lot of bread. And believe it or not, the Whopper fits great on a Whopper Junior bun. Fits perfectly.
I understand.
Yeah.
Okay.
But I cannot get, and that with Wendy's either. Well, I don't know. You know, they might need you to come and talk to them, money transition coach, because you're missing a lot of money. They're missing a lot of money, Rochelle. I'm just saying.
I'm gonna pass on that.
Whatever.
Who wants a burger in the morning?
Working men. Working men.
I can see breakfast
I'm
filling you
sorry.
up. Yeah.
I mean, what we do, we get the little breakfast, then we hungry again. Whoppers do it. But you know
get
what?
it.
Some Burger Kings does it and some don't.
Yes, that's true. Some are franchise, some are not. So that's what it all leads to, really.
If you go there and you see it, it's a number 14. If you see it on the breakfast menu, number 14, it's a Whopper, they have to sell it to you. Now, if they don't have it up on the menu, they flip the menus around. It's all
Yeah, they do.
breakfast.
Right.
But the ones that show it have to serve you breakfast. I've talked to corporate.
Yeah, they're supposed to.
Wow, is that serious?
Yes, it's that serious.
Prince is making a change in fast food. We
Thank
appreciate
you.
it.
Yes, we're just trying to eat in the morning time. That's all.
Funny. Too funny. So, Rochelle, our money transition coach, thank you so much for being with us. You really help us out weekly. Now, I've heard there's something going on with our oil. This is something about negative price of oil.
So, price per barrel. So, supply and demand is what's going on right now. So, when there is a lot of supply, but there's not a lot of demand. And that's what we have going on right now. There's a lot of supply of oil, but there's not a lot of demand for it. We're at home. We're not going anywhere. We're driving less. And so there are barrels and barrels piling up that we're not using it. So we have an oversupply. When you have an oversupply, they have to discount it. So it's very cheap now, and people that have a lot of oil inventory, they have all this inventory on their hands. When you have a lot of inventory on your hands, you almost start giving it away, right? So it's just like, Peace on the Streets. If you guys are selling bottles of water and nobody's buying it, at some point you're just going to kind of start selling it really cheap and even maybe giving some away. That's the same thing.
Interesting. Because if I'm not mistaken, you can't hold oil for a long period of time. Like over a year, it doesn't work. It's no longer oil. Like it's less than that. So you really can't preserve this,
Okay.
And so,
but I thought we had barrels and barrels and millions of barrels of oil.
She said.
Reserved.
It makes sense.
We do have a lot, but like I said, right now, the supply is very high.
Okay.
Now let's assume everybody was working and we're traveling and we're going hard and it's winter time. We need a lot of oil. That means we would basically deplete, or not deplete, but we would take the inventory very low. That means it's a high demand. Just like when you have a hurricane, the water is very low, but there's a high demand. So what do they do with it? Bottled water.
Right. So
They jack the price up.
Yeah.
So we're giving it away for cheap.
I mean, like, hey, I felt I was on half.
Got it.
Half, and I put $15, $17 in it. It took me all the way back over to full,
have
baby.
not even
I'm loving
filled my
it.
tank.
What you say, girl? I stay on F right now. $10, $15 will put you in the house. I'm telling you, I'm living my best life.
That's it. Now we can afford it. Fill up a tank.
And I'm sure they still making a lot of money because what I'm seeing at the pump, there's still a lot of people out there pumping gas.
I mean, first responders have to. First responders, people that are on the front line, they still have places to go.
Yes.
Truck drivers that are on the road
There you
still need gas.
Yeah.
There's still a lot more essential workers. So, Rochelle, please give us insight and update of what's going on in our economy because of the coronavirus.
Yeah, so talk a little bit about COVID-19, and you guys have probably heard that first wave of money for small businesses went really, really fast, And unfortunately, a portion of it got into hands of companies and institutions that we don't believe should have gotten it. So some of them are giving their money back.
Yes.
Our person, Ruth Chris here got $20 million.
What?
I don't know if they're giving theirs back, but Shake Shack got $10 million. They're giving $10 million. They're giving theirs back. Harvard Law School has this huge endowment, and they got a bunch of money. So I heard, according to the briefing today, that they were giving theirs back. So you had a bunch of big hotel chains and restaurants that, they sucked all the money up because the big banks worked with them first, and they sucked all the money up. And so there wasn't a lot left for us little guys, all right?
Wow.
So there's another phase coming out, and as I understand it, somewhere between, I think, 300 to 5. I think that's the number. And so what I wanted to tell you all is that money they're saying is there's so many applications in right now. It's kind of like first come, first serve. So once that money is gone, that's it for the second wave. I can't say that there will be a third wave, but it's first come, first serve. And you can apply for the economic injury disaster grant or the paycheck protection plan or loan, and they are grants, and they are supposed to be forgivable if you do the right thing. Again, what is happening is that the big banks are working with their big clients, and they're getting all the money. So if it's something that you want to apply for, as I understand this go round, you want to work with some of your community banks, because they're going to try to get community banks a little more involved in helping smaller people like ourselves, kind of the middle class businesses, get some of that money.
Huge tip. Community banks for small businesses. Got it.
Yes. Wonderful.
Huge tip. Michelle, how do you think our stocks is going right now?
How do I think stocks are going right now?
Yes. You think that
I think
we are all
actually
good?
the market is doing fine. We talked about it going to be a bumpy road. We were down to, like, the Dow was down to a level of 20,000. Right now it's back up to like 23,000. So although it's not shooting back up, it is slowly recovering. I don't expect it to recover in a month. I don't expect it to recover in a couple of months. I think we will continue to have a bumpy road, but the market always comes back. It's going to come back again. We've already seen it come up, 3,000 points already.
Wow.
It's been a very wild swing in the stock market. But if you were somebody who was sitting on the sidelines thinking, I'm going to do something, we were already back up 3,000 points.
No, that way too long. I think I'm sleeping on this one.
Yeah.
I'm procrastinating a little bit. When it comes to retirement, and it's stock, retirement stock, and we lose our retirement because of this. I've seen a lot of individuals that had a tremendous amount of money and lost it a fair high amount. Do we start all over again? Do we have to wait another 10 years to build?
Let me put it a different way. They didn't lose their retirement. So if you are somebody, if you're 30, you're 35, you're 40, and let's say you had $100,000 and now you have 70, that doesn't look good. If you had 80, it doesn't look good. It doesn't feel good. But you got another 30, 40 years before you retire. So just like it was down, you're already back up, probably because the market is starting to go up. So you're already starting to head back up. So it's not a start over. You're not going down to zero. Because there's still value in all of the companies that you invest in. So you're not going down to zero, but you're going to have to, if you can't stand the volatility in the market, you're going to speak to an advisor and change how it looks. But you're not starting over.
I think I have a problem with the stock with instability. I just can't see my money come and go. Don't you think more of a retirement is more of putting your money into a bank where it's, gaining interest? Wouldn't that be more?
No.
Interesting.
No, I mean, what interest are you going to get today?
Not much.
Interest rates are what interest rate are you going to get at a bank? 1%, 0.5%? There's nothing that you're going to get by putting your money really in anything safe unless you're older. If you're close to retirement, you would not have seen your account go down because you would have had things that were safer. So people who are close to retirement right now, like a month or so ago, whenever this started happening, they may see their account go down a little bit, but it should not have gone down significantly because when you're closer to retirement, your things are supposed to be in safer types of investments. So you would not, or you should not have seen such a downward shift as maybe somebody like myself or yourself who should be a little more, should be aggressive. We're going to feel it.
I get it. But Rochelle, this was all the questions I've had lined up for all of our listeners and our
Yes.
viewers. Thank you so much for answering this because I've had a lot of nervous individuals about the retirement.
Okay.
And they felt very nervous about it.
I mean, and you know, I mean, I'm a financial planner. I have money in the stock market too, so
There you go.
I'm able to handle it better because I've been here and understand it.
Right.
But if you are close to retirement, and once you get close to retirement, you're not going to have an account that goes up or down significantly. You're not supposed to.
Awesome. That's great to hear. Rochelle Smith, how can our listeners find you when they need assistance?
The best place for you to get in touch with me is at RechelleSmith.com. That's RESHELL Smith.com. You can also find me on Facebook, on Twitter, on Instagram at Rochelle Smith.
Ladies and gentlemen,
The one and only.
Rochelle Smith, a transition money coach, and she is amazing. Thank you so much for being with us. Tune in next Wednesday for more updates. Thank you, Rochelle.
Appreciate you.
Sounds good. Have a great night.
Ooh, thank
God
you.
bless you. The one and only, y'all. LL Cool J. Lady Love Cool J, huh?
Ain't they lying? Still do. I don't care if he
Did
gets
you
all
see
these
his
surgeries.
daughter?
Oh, he has a daughter?
Yeah.
I'm sure.
She is beautiful.
Really?
too.
I have
Yes.
never seen his kids, just his wife.
They've showed now. They're coming out. I think
No
a lot
way.
of the stars' kids are coming
They
out.
are. That you know we're getting old.
Yeah.
When all the kids start coming out. And when I saw the Baldwin's kids come out, I'm like, oh, we're getting old.
Yeah.
Hey, wow. That's what's up.
I was like, wow. And she looks good too. She's hot. She's
Oh,
hot.
I understand. And to this day, he could be 70. He still will look good. Go ahead.
Yeah. LL, he's still lifting weights.
He is. He's still getting the surgery, too. Don't get it twisted.
Okay. Okay, now. And the sports talk. Right here on Peace on the Streets. It's been a lot going on in the world of sports.
There has. Just because sports is not active at the moment, it's still active
Yeah.
behind the scenes. What's going on, Alexis?
Well, tomorrow starts the 2020 NFL Draft, so tune in at 8 o'clock.
Nice.
Yes.
NFL draft.
And by this time, we all know that Tom Brady is officially a Buccaneer this season.
Yeah.
I can't believe I'm going to actually see him.
Yeah.
I'm going to the games.
Yes, sir.
I think everyone jumped on that
You
bandwagon.
can't kidding me? It's our neighbor,
Yeah.
Tampa. Yes.
So I feel like everyone's especially going to jump on now, like the entire state of Florida, because Rob Gronkowski is trying to get traded there.
Wow.
Well, he signed.
I don't think he signed exactly yet.
Okay.
He just went through his physical, so I mean
Okay.
everything's in the process that it looks like he should be able to sign with Tampa Bay. The Patriots have decided to trade him for and a 7th round pick to the Bucks in exchange for a 4th round pick this year's draft.
That was a big pick. I mean, for him to leave, to go there, I mean, you know, I'm sure Brady had a lot to do with
Oh,
it.
absolutely.
I'm sure. And after him coming out of retirement, just to do that, you know, he was recently involved with the WWE, and he also had a cannabis business that he was getting involved with.
Smart.
And I think that even like brings in the NFL's new bargaining agreement, eliminated the suspension for any punishments for marijuana.
Get out of here.
So, yes.
So it's official. They can smoke weed now.
Yes.
Oh, Lord of mercy.
All right.
But I hope they can't work and smoke. Because we can't.
Nope.
We're not supposed to.
I mean, how would they really know?
How would they won't know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Interesting. So that means weed is not as bad as we thought?
No.
Guess not.
Would she please the fifth?
Yes.
Interesting.
Because, you know, a lot of people say when they smoke marijuana, like a lot of older people say that, hey, they feel a lot better. You know, they're not feeling depressed.
Or you know, the injuries or the pain that they perhaps go through, the aches.
And I think that's one of the
Makes
reasons why the
sense.
NFL decided, because they do go through so many injuries. And I mean, it's a lot of, I think it's a better way than getting
Medication.
addicted to a medication.
Absolutely.
Exactly. So,
2 thumbs up.
That's
yeah.
it.
And Gronkowski will be honoring his contract for 1 year, $10 million. So, yeah.
1 year, 10 million?
Woo, go
I
ahead,
don't even think a human being is worth millions.
No, it's
Sorry.
crazy.
I'm like, what? Yeah. We overpriced on these human beings. I think it's overpriced.
No.
What?
I'm gonna tell you, because guess what?
They've been
How
playing for
much
so
money
long.
is being bought in? If not, all that money go to the owners.
It does.
So that's why everybody say, I want in.
It does.
Y'all
it does.
finna make trillions of dollars and not gonna pay the
It will
people.
go to the organization.
Yes.
Yep.
No, we want in.
I get it.
We want in.
I get
you know?
it.
And so that's like with LeBron James. They call him King James, not because he can slam the ball, because he packed the stands everywhere he go. That, I mean,
It's tickets.
you know, it's ticket
I
there.
understand.
So, and we want in.
Yep.
We're not gonna be left on the outside.
The Yankees messed up by signing that large deal in baseball with Alex Rodriguez.
Oh, my
This is the
goodness.
problem. Once they sign, they get injured or they flop or they get steroids. They go on steroids and they.
I don't know what's wrong with New York. They always sign bad deals, like the Yankees
Only,
and then the
only when
Mets.
Steinbrenner passed away, when the father passed away,
Okay.
that's when it flopped.
Okay.
And unfortunately, his son just passed away.
Yeah, I saw that.
63 years old. I think that's young.
Yeah,
I
that
think
is
it is too,
young.
especially now.
Right.
Yeah.
So he passed away. What are we going to do now? Maybe now we're spending money again.
Maybe. Okay, what else we got?
So, Gronkowski is not the only one who is coming into a lot of money. Easter weekend, since I missed out last week, brought a lot more than just Easter Sunday for horse bettors at Gulfstream Park. When a 50-cent bet was turned into $524,966.50.
Jesus.
How is that possible?
So it was actually the fifth highest payout for that racetrack in the history of horse racing.
Wow.
And the winner of this bet had to guess the first 5 races champions correctly.
First 5.
Yes.
That's back in the 30s or something.
So, I mean, I guess he just...
He got it?
Yeah.
Insane. No, that's passion.
Ooh, he's
He
smiling.
really likes it. And that was a bet? You see, we're not all in debt or all out of money.
Right? And along with him, 9 other tickets hit.
Wow.
Not for that much. But they hit the pick 3, so they chose the first 3 races champions. And they were 50-cent tickets, and the payout was over $14,000.
Oh my gosh, that's huge.
Yes. And although these bets made some huge payouts, they are far from the largest. Just last year, a bettor hit big on a 20-cent ticket. Not even 50 cents, 20 cents. And they guessed the first 6 races correctly, winning him $2.2 million.
That's insane.
Yeah, that's all I need is just hit one time.
Right?
That's it.
That's it.
I wonder if they Google these answers.
Well, a lot of the crazy thing about this past weekend was that the favorites for the race didn't actually win. They were long shots. So I think that's also played, like, for him to just guess that horse was going to win is just crazy.
That I am not good at this. Like, I don't ask me to play in lotto or gamble. Is not my thing.
Okay.
I don't like wasting money. Number one.
But
And
you
what are the odds?
can't win. But you can't win if you don't get
That's
in.
it. You won't. I guess I will never win.
You ain't getting in.
Ew. I don't even know. I don't have the patience for it.
And if you guys thought $2.2 million was a lot, the track record was $6.6 million in 2014 when another bettor did the same exact thing and they hit the Rainbow Six. So they guessed the champions of the first 6 races that day.
That's what the money's at, guys.
Yeah.
Apparently, you can bet or this way. It's not illegal gambling.
Well,
It's better than Vegas.
And if you hit, well, you are wealthy.
That's it.
I mean, when you
And these questions are pretty easy if you really dedicated to that sport.
Okay.
You know,
Yeah.
it's the first 5 and back in the 30s. Wow.
Yeah.
But I wonder if they could Google it. Google
They
it, get the
probably
answer
not.
real
They
fast.
probably not
On the
giving them that much
spot.
time. Yeah.
So,
Yeah, you have to put in your bet, I think, like a couple minutes before the race even starts. So, I mean, you can't really, and horse racing is so complex, I don't really think you could
Makes sense.
Google the answers. You could get someone to maybe tell you what they think could happen, but I feel like it's
Still
up
a
in the
gamble.
air,
Yeah,
all
it's
the
still a
time.
gamble.
Yeah, they actually even came out with this was 2 years ago that they actually put it out, Equimeter, that it straps onto the horse's girth, and it will track their speed, acceleration, basically their stride, like everything about the horse. And it's supposed to be able to, its main reason is to keep the horse healthy, prevent injuries, that kind of thing. But they're thinking that it's actually going to be able to predict who will win every single race.
That makes
accurately.
sense. That makes sense because that's numbers.
Yeah.
So that's not gonna work.
No.
Interesting. I have never been to a horse race, anything. I would love to go.
Okay.
I mean-
I won at the dog track.
I've never even been to that or no
Casino?
races. Nothing.
Okay, girl, you're gonna have to go to the casino.
Absolutely. Alexis, thank you so much for sports broadcasting. We appreciate you. So much goes on behind the scenes that we don't know about. And we provide that to you on Peace on the Streets.
Yeah, our girl Alexa, right here on Peace on the Streets. Good evening, everybody. Welcome to Peace on the Streets radio show with your host, Prince of the Sun.
And your girl, Mimi.
This is a heavy production.
Late night, feet up, ride round, still up, peace on the streets. You gotta listen to Peace on the Street. Kicking it with Prince of the South and your girl Mimi. And they make it look way too easy. Peace on the streets. You gotta listen to Peace on the Streets. So you gotta tune in. Wednesday night, 9 to 11. Get with the movement. Promise you and I regret it. With no hesitation. Yeah. Grab your guy, grab your lady. Just turn to the station. WOKB 1680 AM. Peace on the streets. You gotta listen to Peace on the Streets. Peace on the streets. You gotta listen to Peace on the Streets.